Joe Biden spoke at an event in New Hampshire on Monday, and he said coal miners should learn to code. Watch this.
He asked me toward the end of our administration, Joe's going to determine what the jobs of the future are. Anybody who could go down 300 to 3,000 feet in a mine, sure and hell can learn how to program as well. Anybody who can throw coal into a furnace can learn how to program, for God's sake.
This requires a response, and for that response we turn to Pennsylvania Coal Alliance, the executive director thereof, Rachel Gleason, who joins us now. Rachel, thanks for being with us. Would you just give us your reaction to what Joe Biden said?
Thank you for having me. At the outset, I think it's disappointing that any presidential candidate would be advocating for devastating Pennsylvania communities, and it is concerning that he thinks the solution for those job losses is coding. It's clear that his campaign did not educate him on the failed attempts in West Virginia to code miners, and beyond that, retraining programs have a very limited and questionable success rate.
I thought, listening to those remarks, it was somewhat dismissive of both coal miners and code writers, actually, assuming that you could go from one to the other very easily. It seemed rather dismissive to me. In fact, it reminded me of Hillary Clinton talking about West Virginia coal miners and saying, I'm going to put you guys out of business. It was a very, that's not a good political statement, if you ask me.
And I would agree. I think it was incredibly insulting. You know, our miners love what they do, and they are very, very trained. It's a highly technical job as it is. The average Pennsylvania coal maker makes over, underground coal miner makes over $100,000 a year.
Is that
That's
right?
quite a substantial...
Hold on a second. Rachel, hold on a second. I did not know that. The average coal miner in Pennsylvania, now you represent the coal people of Pennsylvania, they make over $100,000 a year? Really?
The average underground coal miner in Pennsylvania makes over $100,000 a year. And to infer that you could replace that kind of salary for the number of miners that we have with some coding job is just, it's insulting.
Do you think Joe Biden, if he were the candidate, could win Pennsylvania?
You know, I can't project that at this point, but, you know, in Western Pennsylvania, where we have quite a significant coal community, our coal community, our coal miners and our coal operators contribute over $6 billion to Pennsylvania's economy annually. I think making those kind of comments does not help him at all.
I think you're right. Rachel, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. I'm sorry it was so short, but you got your word in and we appreciate it. Rachel Gleason, thanks very much.
Thank you for having me.
Sure thing. All right.